Hey, what's going on? Try to do a quick video. Got some Switch pickups that I'm going to show off and show a little gameplay. Been having these games for a while. Just wanted to go ahead and do the video. So let me get started because I got a lot of games. First game is Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. So let's look at the back. As you can see, Kirby is back, beloved venture, going deluxe. So help mysterious Magolor fix his broken ships. You got a lot of extras with these games. This game was originally on the Wii, and you know, just a lot of extras shows in the back. I'll go a little bit more in depth. You see some of the copy abilities, super abilities, some of the extra games that I'll go a little bit in depth. But let me show a little gameplay to get started. So pretty much this game was originally like I said before, originally released on the Wii platform, and pretty much, it's a Kirby game. A lot of the things in this game, you rely on your copy abilities to progress. Let's kind of fast forward a little bit so you can kind of see some of the gameplay. Uh, Go a little bit further. So as you see in this game, it's a platforming. Hold up. As you can see, it's a platforming game. If you know Kirby games, within this game, it's originally on the Wii. They improved on the graphics, did a whole graphics overhaul. Gave you three new copy abilities that wasn't previously in the other one. Also have easy mode. It kind of carries you a little bit. You may fall in a hole. It'll pull you back up. And also, they have a harder mode as well, stream hard mode, and with hard mode, you know what that is pretty much. Also, you can play with friends as well. It's one through four players you can play as. As you see Link right there. Um, in this game, once you beat the game, they have a little bit of extra uh, incentive far as extra games. You have the Merry Magno Land. Pretty much, you can play some sub games, 10 sub games. Also, you have the Magnaglor Epilogue. It's like a extra quest that you play as this character, and you unlock those modes and other things as well once you beat the game. Very fun game if you're into the Kirby game they brought back. Check it out. Uh, Pretty fun game. So if you like what you saw, pick up this game, Kirby's Return to Dreamland. It's a pretty cool game. As you can see, to show you off a little bit of the inside of the game. Um, if you ever play this game, or if you like Kirby, I think you should pick it up. It's a great game to pick up. All right, next game. The next game is Golf Club Wasteland. Uh, let's look at the back. The rich fled to Mars, but ventured back to desolate Earth for a round of golf. All right. Each hole in Wasteland offers its own little story, possibly pleasant moments. Let's get into the gameplay real quick, and I'll go more in depth with it. So pretty much, this is a golfing game. As I said before, this is a individual, a lot of rich. Well, a lot of people have escaped Earth. Probably a nuclear war or something happened, and everybody retreated to Mars. And it's kind of coincidentally went to a Tesla location. That's what it's called on Mars. So pretty much, a lot of the rich individuals, they only come back to Earth after this wasteland where it looks unoccupied and everything. They come back to play golf, and pretty much each it's kind of a different take on golf. You're playing in crumbling shopping malls, museums, the land, everywhere where you normally wouldn't think you would be playing golf. Pretty much, uh, it's a pretty cool game. You're playing golf, and you hear this radio station that tell you pretty much what happened. Uh, Tell you pretty much what happened to Earth, and it goes into that. So in this game, you're playing like in apartment buildings, skyscraper streets, while this radio station is playing like certain things. So it's a good take on certain things. Kind of go a little bit up, a little bit, kind of show you off. So it's like a weird take on the golf game. It's pretty good, pretty cool. It's cool little indie game that I wanted to pick up, and I thought, I have Golf Story, and I love the weird type golf games like that. So if you're into the what you see right now, I think it's a cool game. You see how they talk about Tesla City? It's kind of going into, you hear that's the radio station playing. And it's kind of telling you what happened, what's going on. Very fun game. I think it's slept on is this game. So very cool game if you're into the golf game and with a apocalyptic uh, outlook on it. You should pick it up. So it's a pretty cool game, different. Uh, has tons of replay value. Has different modes once you beat it, and uh, what different trials that you can try. Makes it more harder if you're into that. Uh, Very cool game. Pick it up if you haven't. All right, next game. Next game. Next game is a game that I had for a while and want to show off. It is Mighty Goose. Let's look at the back. All right. Traveling galaxy hunt down evil. This is Life of Mighty Goose, one of the galaxy's most creative bounty hunters. All right. So let's get into that gameplay so you'll see what it is about. So Mighty Goose is a pretty much if you're in the Metal Slug type games, this is a game for you. Pretty much Mighty Goose is a run and gun shooter starting bounty hunter gooses. Use epic weapons, war machines, screening, filling bosses with hordes of enemies. So in this game, you're playing just like how you would play those type games, Metal Slug type games. It's a 2D action game with sci-fi stages. In these stages, you're gonna be defeating enemies, collecting coins, upgrading weapons, getting new weapons, and just killing enemies. So pretty much in this game, let's kind of get to the action. If I could get in a little bit, so you can see. Let's get into the action. So as you can see, it's one of those bullet hell type games where you're killing uh, hordes of enemies and upgrading your goose. And it's a bullet hell type game. So uh, if you're into those type games, you'll love this game. It's a little game you could pop in, play for a while, and it's kind of a difference than a lot of the games I play. I play a lot of role playing RPG type games. So it's a good game to just jump into and try out. As you can see, that that creature was in one of those mech type things. You can get in those as well. But yeah, it's a very fun game. A lot of shooting and dodging and everything. So if you like this, what you see, pick up this game. So if you like Mighty Goose, this is a game to pick up. Very fun game that I had my eye on for a while. I wanted to get a pretty good price. It got to the price that was pretty reasonable, and I picked it up. So Mighty Goose picked that up. Next game, next game is an older game that they brought back out, and I remember this game. It. Let's just get into it. Quake. Quake is a game that revolutionized like the first person shooters. So it's made, by id and Bethesda. So pretty much it's like if you like Duke Nukem, um, those type games. I can't even think of the other games. Just slipped my mind. But um, developed by award-winning id Software, Quake is a breaking original dark fantasy first person shooter that inspires retro style first person shooters. New now experience authentic updated. So let's get right into the gameplay of the game. So in this game, as you can see, it's that old style of this game, the Duke Nukem, the Doom. those type of games with. But in this game, pretty much it has a graphic overhaul, but gives you that old gritty gameplay of the game. So you can play. You can also play the campaign in this game, which is pretty cool. You're a ranger, warrior, armed, powerful arsenal to fight against an army of twisted creatures across the four dark dimensions in search of the four magic ruins. Only after you collected the ruins, you're able to hold the power to defeat the ancient evil threat that threatens all humanity. Also, it has the expansion packs, dimension. Get the original and the new expansion pack. So you get two of the original expansion packs and a new one that they created for this game. Also, they created just for this game. You get the Scourge. Quake comes with all the original expansion packs, the Scourge of the Armagon, and the Disillusion of Eternity, as well as the two expansion packs. Uh, you get the dimensions of the past and all new dimension of the machine. So you get those old expansion pack plus the new one, and you also they did a great overhaul on online gameplay where it is a local multiplayer and co-op, and it's and also in this it's crossplay as well, so you can play against people on different platforms, which is pretty cool for the Switch. You wouldn't think that, but you think it would be trash, but it's pretty cool that you can play one through, play up to 8 players. So this one of the games that started all came this game came out originally in 1996. So you can kind of tell by the graphics, this was the start of the first person shooters. Um, you got to pay homage to it. It holds up to today. Great game. Pick it up. As I said before, this is one of those older games that held up pretty good. Um, Pick it up. One of the first person shooters that started all came in 1996. Probably a lot of individuals who were watching this wasn't even born, but if you like first person shooters, jump on these games. These older games have the meat of the game, so they're pretty much that they hold to that standard of first person shooters, and they're fun and great to play. So pick that up. Quake, if you haven't. I think this definitely will go up in value in the future. So it's an acquired taste if you're into first person shooters. So let's get to the next game. All right, next game. Next game is a game that I've been wanting for a while, and I'm just able to get it. It's a reprint of the game, but I was gonna buy the other one just because of the cover, but it's the game as well. But that game is Celeste. Celeste, all right, was a crazily expensive game, but they brought back out. So pretty much in this game, you're help Madeline survive her inner demons on her journey to top Celeste Mountain in a super tight handcrafted platformer for the creators of the multiplayer classic Tower Fall. And you kind of can see that throughout the gameplay. So let's get into it with the video. So in this game, Celeste, really critically acclaimed games, one of the most expensive games for a while that they finally, thankfully, brought back. It's a how can I say, it's a challenging platformer that has gripping story elements, as you can see. Um, it's a cool game that they is great, high risk, great reward in this game. So it's a narrative single player adventure that takes a lot of challenging platforming mechanics, as you can see. You'll see in a second. Let me kind of fast forward it so you can kind of see some of the gameplay. As you can see, that's one of the items you need to collect. So you're collecting these strawberries and cassette tapes. These strawberries are some things that you collect, but the cassette tapes are great to collect as well. They are challenges that you do that give you a harder version of the stage you're actually on. As you can see, you have this boost and you have a certain amount, and you see how she grabbed another boost. So once you run out of that boost, you're gonna die or fall, but you're trying to get to the next part of the stage by boosting and collecting boosts to make it across. So it's like that platformer, like Meat Boy type game. Um, so pretty much, this cassette tapes are you have to unlock them. Brutal B-side, it's like you unlock them through by collecting cassette tapes. They just like the strawberries, and you find them, and it gives you uh, like a harder, you know, harder, harder stage, like a remix of the current stage. So as you can see, it has the character build up and that character gameplay, Far Off Land. So it's not just strictly you're just jumping and trying to make it somewhere. It has that story with it as well. And let's kind of go up and go on a little bit. And it's very challenging. See how you got to be on point. So what the thing is, you want to get directly in a certain location. So having a time trying to get up there, you have to go at its apex of the lift, then jump. It's uh, very challenging. Very see how you have to. It's a really thinker of a type game. You have to think. You have to analyze the stage to what you can do and what is the best outcome. So pretty much a cool game. If you like this type of game, I think you would. It's very critically acclaimed, this game. Uh, and a lot of people wanted it, especially right before it was, right before it takes a lot of practicing, and it's not always hold your hand type of play. You have to really think. So great game. So that's pretty cool game. It was kind of open already. I haven't, so I was just wanted to show you a little bit of it. It has that. It has a booklet, a poster, which is rare in game. Booklet, poster, and a download code for the actual shop you can go to and buy Celeste items. I like the original cover, the limited run original cover. See, this is made by Fan Gamer. It's not as intricate. It was more holographic on the original cover. But anyway, it's a pretty cool game. If you want this game, pick it up. All right, next game, next game, next game. Before I get into the next game, just want to let you know what I've been playing. Pretty much been playing what I've been playing. Playing a little bit of Street Fighter 6 on and off. Zelda. I haven't been playing recently, but those are the games I'm currently playing. Probably gonna jump on one of these games in a little while. Probably maybe Zelda a little bit, then switch to Street Fighter. Well, just been playing that. Got Zelda, Switch. Street Fighter been playing on PlayStation. I stream on this channel as well. So if you like that, stay tuned. Like, dislike, subscribe, leave a comment. Welcome to all those items. So next game is Moon Scars. So this is from the creators, if I'm not mistaken, of Blasphemous. If you know that game, it's a similar style of game. So pretty much, I'll kind of go into it more. Just want to kind of show it off. So let's go into the game. So this is the gameplay. So in Blasphemous, you're pretty much playing as this character. You're playing as this character who is questioning her existence. Her name is Grey Irma. So pretty much in this game, she's questioning her existence. She's looking for the sculptor, as you've seen earlier. Sculptor is like a god creature who created all these items, created everything turned on the sculptor, and she's the only one that's kind of still dealing with the sculptor, and so pretty much in this game, you're you're battling all these creatures driven by a lonesome purpose to find a sculptor and unravel the mystery of your existence. So you're questioning your existence. So in this game, it's a similar style to the Blasphemous type game. I love Blasphemous. As you can see, it's kind of reminiscent almost to like these Souls games. You're fighting these enemies, you're upgrading your character. Um, Pretty much, you collect it's more like a Souls slash Metrovania because you do some backtracking in certain areas if you want to. You purchase these spells and whatnot by the stuff these characters drop. You augment your abilities, and you get to these save points somewhat. These save points are pretty much you come to this mirror and you can change up your character, but when you change up your character, you're kind of remade, almost like the sculptor remakes you, and you have to come back from out of this mirror, but you have to fight your old self if you want to get your old items, your items that you previously had. As you can see right here, the mirror. And this will kind of show you. I'll just let it play for a little bit. So you're upgrading, you're learning things. So once you do all these things, especially if you change your character, right here, I don't think she didn't really do it, but if you do certain things like complete overhaul of your character, you have to fight your previous self, which is pretty cool. It's a weird and cool little concept that they have in this game. That you fight your previous self if you're trying to get your old weapons, your old your coins, your the coins that you use in here is not actually coins, but it's a currency that you get, and you have to fight it, and you can die by it as well because it's your original self. So as you can see, if you like this type gameplay, you fight bosses as well. This is just you going through and fighting enemies. But if you know Blasphemous games, you'll definitely love this game. I think when it originally came out, it had a little issues, a little far as the issues it had with like loading certain things. That's when it first came out. They did updates on that and corrected that issue. But as you can see, if you like what you're seeing, let's kind of get a little bit more into it. I'm pretty much at the end of my games for currently, so I just want to show this off a little bit. I would show off one game. Um, Maybe I'll show a little bit off of it. I don't really know too much about it. I kind of seen the gameplay and bought it. Um, that'll be something extra I can show, but I'm not going to go in depth, and I might go in depth in a later video because it's a special edition that I bought that I've been eyeing for a while, and I pretty much just pulled the trigger on it. As you can see, let's see if I can kind of get to maybe a boss style character. Let's see, this might be a boss here. Oh, let's get into the mirror. See, she's asking for the sculptor and trying to get information on that sculptor. Pretty cool game. Don't want to ruin it for you. Let's kind of go a little bit more, see if I can find a boss so that you can see. Hold up. Did she fight herself? Let's see if I can show that. Let's go. As I said before, these mirrors where you can upgrade yourself. So it's kind of you upgrading yourself. But if you change drastically, you have to fight yourself. Kind of not seeing it right now. So let's kind of go See if I can see a boss or something real quick. So if you like what you're seeing, this is a game for you. As you can see, the enemies progressively get a little bit more. Before you were seeing these pretty easy enemies. Right here, these enemies are nothing to play with, you know. So it's healing a little bit. So that's kind of a little bit of gameplay. So let me show you a little extra that I wanted to show off. So if you like what you see right here, Moon Scars, pick up that game. Cool game to pick up. Uh, a little different. I saw the cover that really pulled me into the game. I didn't even know what the game was about. So let me see what this game about. And once I heard Blasphemy, I was like, oh yeah, it's like that game. So pick it up, Moon Scars. Pretty cool, different game. Pick it up. The next item I have here, uh, let's see if I can show it. I'll show it a little bit off. I don't want to go too much in detail. It's To the Moon. I heard so much about this game. One of the early releases of Limited Run. It looks like a pretty cool game once I seen the gameplay of it. So change one thing, fill one wish. So it's like a old style. Maybe I can show a little bit. I'll show a little bit of game. So To the Moon, just wanted to show it off. I don't want to say too much about it. I'll do one in a later video. Kind of reminds me of those old type of Super Nintendo type games. I love the Super Nintendo as a child, so it kind of reminds me of those type games. Uh, Pretty cool game from what I've seen. Just a little show, a little bit of gameplay off. One player style game. With this collector edition I have, it comes with I love the soundtrack as well, and the music. The music just was pretty cool on here. Wanted to check that out. So let me see. I might can play a little bit if it got some. Oh, there's no music going on right now. So it's kind of story driven. You pick up receive certain items, you progress and go to certain things. Pretty cool. Pretty cool game. That's pretty expensive. Um, you know, that's why I kind of held off for a while, but I found a collector's edition for a pretty good price, and I pulled the trigger on it. So if you like what you see, I'll go a little bit more in depth on another video, probably my next video maybe. I need to show some PS4, PS5 releases I got, so that'll be in my next video. So if you like what you're seeing, pick it up. Looks like a pretty cool game um, that I really wanted to check out. So if you like what you're seeing, pick up that game, To the Moon. It's a pretty cool game. I know I didn't really say nothing about it. I just want to hold that off, but you can look it up if you're interested in the video you saw. So if you like the games that I've shown today, oops. So the games are Kirby's Dream Land, Wasteland Golf, Mighty Goose, Quake, Celeste, and Moon Scars, and To the Moon. So if you like those games, pick them up, leave a comment, just give me some little feedback. All right, thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.